Welcome to Mountain Brook Farm. My name is Wade Belter, and I would like to talk to you about a Holland Lop litter that we have. The dam of the litter is Mountain Brook Georgette, a possible Vienna carrier, white ear, black Japanese Holland Lop doe. The sire of the litter is Mountain Brook Natsume, a blue eyes, Vienna marked, chocolate sable magpie Holland Lop buck. There are 3 kits in the litter. In this first kit, I'm looking at the belly and I can see color crossing the belly. There are, one of the ears is white and the other one has partial white on it. And there is not a clear blaze coming down the face. So I'm just going to call this one a blue magpie. I thought originally that this could have been a white ear, but with all the color on the belly, normally a white ear will have a solid white belly, and this one does not. Now it does have blue eyes, so I'm not sure. It could possibly be a Vienna carrier, but for now, it could possibly be a Vienna marked rabbit, but for now, I'm just calling it a possible Vienna carrier. It does have a lot of brindle to it, which is nice. Here we can see the belly again. Look at all the color that's on the belly. If it were a white ear, it would have a solid white belly. This is a nice, cute little pose for such a young Holland Lop. It's only 15 days old. The litter is 15 days old now. And generally you want to have at least 6 or 7 lines of the brindle pattern going along the body. So this is a nicely marked magpie. Holland Lops really haven't perfected the Japanese gene where there are clear definitions in the face where one side is solid and the other side is not, or with a checkered pattern, but sometimes you get lucky and you get a really nice Japanese or Harley pattern. And when there's Vienna mixed in, you have white to work with, which can kind of throw off some of the markings. It does kind of look like half of the face has a darker brindle pattern to it than the other side, so with the white in there, it's kind of throws it off a little bit. It's hard to fully see. And the eyes are blue, but it is a dilute, so it should technically have blue eyes. We'll have to wait until it gets older to tell if it's Vienna blue eyes or if it's just chinchilla blue eyes and dilute blue eyes. And this is a real rich blue that is in the color, so I know it's not a lilac because the sire of the litter is a chocolate sable magpie. And for a sable magpie, he was from a litter that has sable in it, but he's not technically what you would see for a sable magpie. A lot of sable magpies will have a wonderful contrast of color where you have tans and then you have the main color of what it is, kind of like sable point and another color lying next to each other. So we know that this is not a sable magpie. This has just white where orange would be if it were a Harley. The chinchilla gene turns the orange white, or in this case it would be cream. The chinchilla gene turns the cream white. So this is a possible Vienna carrier blue magpie, and it's a dilute. Our next kit is a chocolate orange Japanese kit. or a chocolate orange Harley. Harley in Japanese are the same thing. You can see the white on the nose. The white on the nose would be a Vienna mark. Now look at that eye. That eye almost looks blue. And this one looks dark. I think it has one blue eye. I'm not sure. But if that white mark is a true Vienna mark, this kit will have a blue eye. That would make it even better. We tend to track blue eyes in our rabbitry, and other marks, we would consider them to be Vienna carriers. Vienna carrier and Vienna mark go hand in hand. We really make the difference between the two as blue eyes, although a lot of people will track white, and they would call a white mark a Vienna mark. Judges also would call it a Vienna mark. And you can see the orange, chocolate and orange. So we know this is not a magpie. And he sure is cute. This is a possible buck. The first kit was a possible buck also. It's got a nice brindle pattern. There should be at least 6 or 7 lines in the brindle pattern going along the side of the body. And look at how the face is divided. One side of the face is dark and the other side is light, which is a good sign, good color to have in the Japanese chin. Typically, the opposite ear would be dark, and the opposite opposing ear would be light also. And the dark ear would be opposite of the side of the face that is dark. Kind of looks like there's some dark markings on one ear, but the Holland Lop breed really hasn't perfected the Japanese brindle pattern to where you have a lot of clear definitions. But it sure is a nice color contrast between the chocolate and the orange. Sometimes it's difficult to tell if it's chocolate because the chocolate can be so dark next to the orange. The chocolate almost looks black, but this one you can see that it's chocolate and orange. And the belly has color. So this is possibly a one blue eye Vienna mark chocolate Japanese Holland Lop possible buck. And our third kit in the litter is a possible doe. So we have been blessed with one doe in the litter, and her eyes are blue, and she is a white ear. Both ears are white, and the belly is solid white, and she has a white blaze going down the face. But look at her color. Now, I'm having a hard time trying to determine. There's the belly. You can see the belly is white, so we know she's a white ear. White ears have a classical marking by having the shoulder area white and the belly white and a white blaze and then 2 white ears. That's classic white ear rabbit markings, and it doesn't necessarily mean that they're Vienna marked or Vienna carriers, but there is Vienna in the breeding with this rabbit because the sire is a blue eyes Vienna marked rabbit. And so this kit we see is dilute, so it has and it does have blue eyes, so we'll have to wait and see what the eyes turn out like, if it's Vienna marked eyes or if it's chinchilla eyes, because this is a magpie. But what we're trying to find out is this lilac or is this a blue sable magpie? I'm having a hard time determining the color. Now, in sable magpies, generally you'll have 2 colors next to each other and you'll see a really big contrast. So I want to think that this is a lilac magpie. You can see how the creams are mixed in with how the dove color is mixed in together, where on a sable magpie you would have major contrast of color next to each other. I have been unable to determine what the color of this rabbit is right now, so I'm just going to have to wait. And we may possibly have to wait and do a test breeding when it gets older in order to finally confirm what color it is. I've been working on a color project in our rabbit tree to produce lilac for the last 3 years. So I want this to be lilac. I really do. But I'm just having problems confirming it for sure right now. We'll just have to wait and see how it develops and see what transpires. But here you can see the white belly again, so you know that this is a white ear. And it is dilute because it's in that lilac blue color. And we know that there's a black-based parent and a chocolate-based parent. And it has blue eyes, and so we're able to confirm that it is a blue eyes Vienna marked dilute magpie Holland Lop possible doe. We're not 100% knowing if it's Vienna marked, but I think it's a pretty good chance with the color of those eyes to consider it being Vienna marked. We'll know more when it gets older. It's hard to tell when white ears are Vienna marked or if they're just possible Vienna carriers. So here we are back looking at our chocolate orange kit, and I'm getting a closer look at that eye. You can see this one looks like it's the blue eye. I think this has one blue eye, and this eye looks like it's darker, but maybe it has some blue to it. I'm not sure. Once this rabbit gets older, we'll have a better look at its eyes and be able to tell if it is for sure a true Vienna marked rabbit with blue eyes, or with one blue eye maybe. Here is the dam. This is Mountain Brook Georgette, and she is a white ear. She would be considered a possible Vienna carrier. The white ear has white markings on the face and usually white shoulders and a white belly. She's a black-based kit. Look at her babies. I put the nest box back in there and now everybody's running around. They're only 15 days old, but I'm making this video and editing it now later in the evening, and the kids are now finally out of the nest box. Generally around 18 days, they're for sure out of the nest box. And we've reached the end of our video. Thank you for following along with us today to see this update with Georgette and Natsume's litter. Come back and follow more. Thank you. Goodbye.